Hello, hello! Welcome everyone! Hello Sam, how are you doing today?
Hi, Rafa. I'm very well, thank you.
I don't.
Let's do yeah, we're not, so let's do our live on Instagram.
Perfect. Let's do that.
Let me invite you. Okay, I just sent you the invitation.
Okay. Here, live with the Sam. So I'm just gonna bring down the volume here.
Yeah, me too. There we go.
Okay. Hold on a second here. Perfect. Okay. So how are you guys doing? Now we have two different platforms. Sam, can you see me? Okay.
Yeah, we are
Perfect.
here on Instagram and over there on Facebook and YouTube.
That's right. For me, it'll be like you guys are right here, Instagram, and for you, YouTube, Facebook, you're right here. So, welcome to this beautiful space where we are going to explore fascinating concepts that invite us to reflect on our lives, yeah, the universe, and everything around us. Today, we will delve into a fundamental principle that has resonated through human history, from ancient Hermetic teachings to modern quantum physics. And today, we're going to be talking about the law of correspondence.
Exactly, and this law from Hermetic philosophy offers us a profound understanding of the macrocosmos and macrocosmos, the outer world and the inner world, and how they are connected. So its influence extends from the esoteric traditions to practical applications in our daily lives.
Yeah, hello. Yo soy El Rorro Mi Rey saying hello, hello. I hope you guys are doing great. So today, Sam, we will explain the fundamentals of the law of correspondence, examining how the universal law manifests in different aspects of our lives, from natural laws to our most intimate thoughts and emotions. We will discover how understanding this law can offer us a broader perspective on ourselves and the universe that we inhabit.
So the Kybalion tells us, as above, so below, and as below, so above, and so within, and so without. So this law speaks to how your world is just a mirror. That is happening outside is just a reflection of what is happening inside of you. With regard to the Bible and the principle of correspondence, it explains that the man was created just in the image of likeness of God. One more time, we see that as above, so below. Hermes Trismegistus and Plato said that the earthly or physical world is just a reflection of the spiritual world, that the man is capable of creating just as he was created. Only due to his actions, almost everything that he creates adulterates the divine reality of this world.
Yeah, these are more than actions or emotions that we as humans feel that do not exist in the spiritual world, right? So if we simplify things, we can realize that fear, worries, jealousy, envy also belong to these impure and irrational emotions that we as humans often feel very frequently. Don't you think, Sam?
Exactly, and you know something that is very sad and concerning is to realize that nowadays humans are act based on fear because they wake up daily not to enjoy their existence, but to pay debts with fear of being deprived of something material that is of great value for them. So this is very concerning, Rafa.
Yeah, so in other words, there is a correspondence between the different planes of existence, right? The physical, the mental, and spiritual plane. So what happens on the level of reality, it is reflected or correlate it with what happens on the other levels.
The law of correspondence suggests that we experience on the physical plane may have the correlations on the mental and the spiritual plane also, and vice versa. So these patterns and structures that we observe in one level of reality can be reflected in other levels too. So for example, human behavior patterns can reflect similar principles to those observed in the nature or even in the cosmos.
Yeah, and that's the thing here, right? Understanding this law can be very powerful tool that we can use, and we can use to understand the reality very deeply or more deeply. So by recognizing um, and understanding this correspondence between the different aspects of existence, we can gain a more complete understanding of how the universe works and our place in that universe.
Yeah, for example, in the spiritual realm, the idea that as above and so below can suggest that the same principles that govern the universe are also present within us, leading us to practice such as meditations and introspection too.
Yeah, so you see here, Siam, I think it's time for us as humans to take responsibility to see what happens in our life, because it is a direct reflection of predominant thoughts, right? That we talk about it in our last live, that we have between 20 to 60,000 thoughts a day, right? And
Exactly.
then 80% of them are negative and 95% are repetitive, right? So when you change your thoughts, you change your reality. And the thing here, Isiam, is that if you observe yourself every time that you notice that a thought that is not constructive, and for example, uh, that is not for the greatest good, okay, the only limitations we experience are the limitations that we create in our minds, right? Remember, we've been talking about this. Our mind is so powerful, okay? So don't let your thoughts run very wild.
Take the questions that you ask to yourself internally for more enriching ones. As, for example, if you change the questions like, I can't do this, why you don't change this for how can I do this better? Or instead of saying, I'm not disciplined enough, or if you are dealing with any challenging problem, you better ask yourself, what can I do differently to move forward? Or how can I improve this situation? How can I do better?
Yeah, and while you're saying all this, what happens is that we have our conscious and subconscious mind. We talked about it before, right? And the thing when you are asking a question, then your subconscious mind, right, is kind of like when you say, "What did you eat last night?" Oh, then your subconscious mind is taking you like, what did I eat? And so it's going back and it starts to remember, right? So then when you are asking a question, most likely things are going to start to appear for you, right? So instead of focusing on the bad thing, then you do, how can it get better than this, right? So then the subconscious mind is like, oh, okay, let's find out a way how can it get better. Okay. So if you know yourself, okay, it will be the key as well here. So if you explore your inner world and discover who you really are, which a lot of people don't even know, right? Or what do you really want? You see, I find people that they come, right? And then I say, what would you like, right? And they said, oh, I want the paint gun. I'm like, yeah, but what do you really want? Or I want money. Yes, but what do you really want, right? How does it look like for you, right? So what makes you happy, right? Recognize your strengths and weaknesses. It's the polarity part, right? It's the shadow word, right? It's not only the good things about you, but also recognize your strengths and weaknesses, your virtues and flaws. your values and your principles. So you have to. It's not always like everything is good, but also recognize the other aspect of it, right?
Exactly, and accept your responsibility for your life and for everything that is happening to you. Don't blame others or external circumstances for your problems or failures. Recognize that you are the sole creator of your reality and that you have the power of changing this reality.
Yeah, like you were saying before, right? That we are created as image, as God, because we
Exactly.
are the creators of our own reality, right? It doesn't. Perhaps you might be like, "Oh, I don't understand this part. I'm not God," but you are creating. Whatever you're focused on expands, right? So if you focus on that things are going to go wrong to you or for you, guess what? You're going to get in return. But if you focus on the good things, then you're going to get more good things, right? So, yo soy el Rorro, mi rey says, green. So, guys, it's very important for you to be adopt a positive attitude towards life and towards yourself. Be optimistic, grateful, right? That we talked about it before. When you are grateful for something, why are you being grateful? It's because you already received that thing that you want, right? So if you want happiness, if you want money, whatever it is, if you're already being grateful for it, it's as it already happened, right? It's one of the keys of law of attraction. So be generous, be compassionate, loving, and try to avoid. I'm saying avoid because it's not that easy, right? It's easier said than done, right, Sam? So avoid criticism, judgments, resentments, and hatred, because what we know as a energy healers here is that resentment, judgment, and hatred, right? What happens is that later on they're going to be manifesting as an illness. So your attitude determines your vibration, and your vibration determines what you attract. And that's something funny here, Sam, that we are going to be talking next time about the law of vibration. So it's just a little sneak peek, right?
Exactly. Remember that this law invites you to know yourself through others as a mirror, reflecting your internal conflict and thus you know where to change. Remember that everything that happens around a person is happening inside of them. If inside of you there is love, peace, tolerance, patience, that is what you are creating and what you will see around you. But if inside of you there is anger, resentment, jealousy, then you're going to be reflecting that around you. You're going to see everything of that is surrounding you, the people, the situations, everything that is happening.
Yeah, and I agree, Sam. And you see, like Sam is saying, right, that the person, whatever you don't like about a person, whatever you don't like about someone else, it's easier to spot it, right? To point a finger, right? But what happens is that they are just being literally a mirror in some sense. And we are reflecting in what we don't like from that person. It's more likely that you have it. That's what you need to work on. Okay.
Exactly.
So, as an example, we see it more in our partners, right, Sam? In our family, that the first person that irritates you could be your partner or mom or dad, right? Or even your children. So, the thing instead of jumping and start like, right? Try to observe what that person, why is that triggering you? Why is pushing you that button? And what you need to work on with yourself. It's easier said than done, I know. But if you can comprehend this, if you can make it as a habit, things are going to change. So this influences your relationship a lot. If you feel stressed or irritated, your relationships impoverish, right? And as opposed to when you're happy, content, your relationship flows wonderfully.
Exactly. Remember that this law invites you to work on yourself, on your inner self, to be able to manifest what you want in your external world and what is going to be surrounding you for your greater good. If you change everything around you, it's going to change. It's not going to change from now to tomorrow, but it's going to change gradually.
That's correct, and that's the thing, right? Like when people come to us, um, what happens is that we can change belief systems within seconds, right? If you don't know or if you don't believe me, you can watch the video about the conscious and subconscious mind where I changed the belief system right there. Actually, I think there was like two or three that we changed, and it was within seconds. We teach you how to get a connection with your subconscious mind, right, Isiam? And so you can test actually if it's a way how you can prove that it actually changed. Not because I'm just saying, okay, now it changed it, but a way that you can prove that it been changed. So what happens is that when people come, right, and they want to focus on, oh, I want to focus on my relationship, right? Things are not going the way how I want. And instead, I said, instead of focusing on the other person, let's focus on yourself. And what happens is that once you are changed, right, what everything changed in you, okay, then it gets reflected outside.
Exactly.
Perfect. So let us know what you think, guys. If you know about this law, if there is someone that triggers you, let us know if there's a way how we can help you out. Don't be afraid, okay? If you don't want people to know about what's happening in your environment, you can send us a private message and then we can definitely help you out. Okay, we can give you an advice. And if you really want to experiment all of this, the changes and so on, you can also book an appointment with us, right, Sam?
Exactly. And see you next week. We're going to see the law of vibration. So just stay tuned.
Stay tuned and remember, share with everyone because what we want is we want to be able to help as many people as we can, right? We are here, like could be like 20 minutes, 18, 15 minutes, whatever it is. We are just giving you that unconditional love. We're not expecting anything in exchange. Well, we're trying, right? The only thing that where we're asking you is to share, to like, and so that we are trying to um, get more people that think are like, right, and then to try to help each other. So Isiam, thank you once again for being here. Have a wonderful rest of the week and we'll see you next week. Take care, guys.
Wait, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
And there we go.